I got me a truck, a trailer, and a chainsaw.
Stay back, I got a chainsaw.
And $0. Can we go from 0 to 100 million? Let's find out. Well, hello and welcome back in. We are here on episode 27 on our journey from 0 to $100 million. This has been a very, very fun journey. I've been enjoying this a lot. So I think it's time we start expanding the city some. So this is kind of what we're looking over right now. I am on 0 times speed because anytime I go into building and stuff like that, I like to be on that 0 times speed because I kind of lose track of time. And it could just take me all day, all month, whatever you want to consider it. And we got a little over $1 million. So let's go ahead and get that spent on something. Now, there's a lot of things I would love to build. A lot of things. You know what? Let me know what you suggest I should build down in the comments. I'll try to get those into the future episodes, but right now I kind of got my ideas on increasing the wood production. Well, increasing productions that require wood. I don't know exactly what I'm saying, but hey, that's the idea. So let's go ahead and get something like that built. First thing I want to do here is let's go ahead and upgrade the roadway. Now we're just going to go ahead and go straight to asphalt. That seems like the correct thing to do for a roadway of a town or city or, well, you know what? I don't need to refer to it as city. Stop saying city. So one thing I've always hated about this map was the entranceway to the highways was through a parking lot. I never really liked that. I wish there was kind of like a highway built off to the side. And I've actually built a little highway thing off to the side before in the past on other playthroughs on this map. But we're not going to worry about that right here. We're just going to go ahead and do this right here. And all this stuff over here on the right now, we're going to go ahead and eventually get moved out of that area and mixed into a town area, I guess. Let's take a quick look at the productions I want to use just in case y'all want to follow along and try these out yourself also. We're going to go with the beekeeping mod. What that does is makes honey. Yeah, I mean, very simple, but it requires a few things. It requires barrels and pallets. So there are 2 other mods, I think, that go before this one. So we'll go ahead and start with the end product and then work our way backwards. So let's go ahead and place down this honey thing. We're just going to kind of take up this section right over here, I think. No particular order or anything like that. I'll build a driveway coming in later on or something like that. I'm not sure how I'm going to line this up, what direction I want to line it up. It's not exactly snapping to anything. So that's the weird thing. I mean, if I want to line it up with this road right here, it's lined up now. But if I want to line it up with this road over here, I got to rotate it. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to look like it's weird and all over the place, but oh well, let's just get it dropped in here. This is not no fancy build video. I'm not going to go crazy with details or anything like that. Maybe I'll add some here and there later on as it's growing up, but let's go ahead and get these 3 production buildings in that I need. Of course, working our way backwards, this is going to be the next thing, the pallet and barrel production, because we need those pallets, we need those barrels. Now, there are tons of other pallet and barrel productions out there, but these are the ones that go with that mod. I'm not sure if it downloads at the same time or a whole pack. I would assume it does and hope it does, but we'll go ahead and get this in here right there. Why not? Now, the next thing I need is to figure out what makes those special planks. I believe it's something like this right here, this wood production. No, that's just one plank. That's not the right one. Okay, it's a sawmill one. I don't need to make every single one of those planks in there, but it will make what I need it to make. So let's go ahead and get this placed in here somewhere also. So here's what we got going here. And the reason I did this is because to load the logs in here, you got to pull through right here. Now that I say it out loud and think about it more, I don't think I'm bringing the logs over here automatically. I got to set up on distributing. So I don't know why, but oh, I'll make it practical. And then also over here is where you would load some of the equipment into. I should probably build a drive-through thing right through here, but I'm not going to worry about that. But this is what I got going here. This right here should make that honey and probably make me tons of money through some other wood. Now, these do require and hold a lot of wood. So it looks like I'm going to be doing a lot of lumberjack work this episode also, is what I have going here. So to tell the difference between the main road of asphalt and then the parking lots or something like that, we're going to go ahead and switch it up to concrete instead of gravel. Now, the reason I'm using concrete instead of gravel is to make it look like it's more of an, you know what? I don't even know what I'm saying, just to make it look better, I guess. Not sure if it even looks better, but that's what I got here. So let's go ahead and take a quick look into these productions, see what all they do, and we'll get everything over that we need going towards making that honey. So here's the honey right here. We're going to go ahead and activate it, even though it's probably going to take quite a while for it to get over here. No big deal, no big deal. But it holds 1 million liters, 100,000 liters of empty pallets, 100,000 liters of empty barrels, quite a bit, quite a bit. Now, I was told we should just activate them all, but it appears they don't run in parallel, but oh well, we'll go ahead and activate them all. They do exactly the same thing. I'm not sure if this mod is even worth it, really. The end product of honey is not that very lucrative, I don't think, but the pallets and the barrels, those are very, very lucrative, and they tend to back up. Speaking of the pallets and the barrels, right here, is that how you spell pallets? I think I've been spelling it wrong this whole time, if that's correct. Let's go ahead and get those activated, even though it's going to be a second. We're going to set all this on distributing because those wood chips can eventually go over somewhere, but the empty pallets and the empty barrels, they only have one area to go to, and no, that right here is not how you spell pallets. Looks like they got it corrected over here. There's a lot of translation issues with this game and mods. People all over the world play this game. Perfectly fine. Now we need to look at this here and see we need beams and planks. So let's go ahead and come down here to our brand new sawmill, activate the beams in the planks. Now there's two different planks. I need to pay attention to it. And then there's also beams and wood beams. Don't know what the difference is there, but I do know one says wood beams. So let's stay away from that. We're going to go with beams and planks. Those look like the two we need, so let's go ahead and do that. Now, this does hold 1 million liters of wood. So, yes, all our wood is going to come over here. It's going to be crazy, and we're going to go ahead and set that on distributing. Of course, it's going to make some wood chips. We'll set that on distributing also, and that's going to go over to our pellets production, which is absolutely amazing and a huge moneymaker. And then we'll also go ahead and set these planks on distributing there. So, I have been kind of avoiding this production because of how much lumberjack work it's going to require me to do to keep up with, but oh well, let's go ahead and get to it. Looking at our wood storage we got over there, 183,000 liters of wood is there right now. That's going to disappear in an instant once the hour rolls over. I'm going to go ahead and crank that 5 times speed back up, check out the fields, make sure there's nothing I need to do. We might actually even be able to get into the harvest this episode also. Highly doubt it. I mean, maybe, because I don't show much of the actual woodwork, but we'll just watch that number go up, up, and up, and actually down, 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 because every single hour I'm going to lose all the wood I put in there. I don't think I'm going to get over 1 million liters of wood saved up and stockpiled into that production. And not only do I need to get trees cut up and delivered, I need to get trees planted also, because recently we did end up harvesting a lot of wood chips from our trees that we had planted previously. Now the whole wood chip thing might be changing, and we'll start harvesting the actual wood out of it. And oh man, I messed up right there. Oh well. These are some trees I had cut down a while ago, and they've just been laying out here, and I'm going to go through and cut down some more with the chainsaw. I realize that's a lot faster and a lot easier than pulling it with the winch, especially once I start getting further and further away from that production right over there. So we'll just keep doing this over and over and over again until I got a bunch of wood in that building over there. Quick update to this forestry helper mod. They did change the name to it, and previously whenever I showed it off, I didn't know the name of it anyways, so oh well. They did allow these snapping points now. That is pretty cool, I think, and it would work out great for early game or anything else. So what I really love about these snapping points is that it will snap to links or to weight. So that is a huge plus that I've always wanted in this game, is because I'd always hated cutting up a log and it was just too heavy for me to lift. So the fact that that mod has that in there now is absolutely amazing. I actually went in to delete that mod because I'm like, I don't use it. There's nothing on there that's important to me. It sounded cool at the time. It sounded like it had kind of that information I wanted, but it didn't have the information I wanted. But now with the update and they changed the name to Forestry Helper, it's pretty darn cool. Do I need it right now? No, I don't. I don't need it for what I'm doing right now because it's pretty simple. I'm not going through cutting down to hand lifting links or certain links anymore. So it's not going to help me now, but it's going to be very beneficial to some of y'all. So I highly suggest checking that mod out. The thing seems pretty cool. I mean, I haven't used it much as far as the whole new update part to it, but the idea there is pretty darn cool. Well, this whole starting the town thing may have been a mistake. I mean, at least the way I started it may have been a mistake, because this is requiring me to spend quite a bit of time over here cutting down trees, and it's going to require me to do quite a bit of that over and over and over again each year. So it's going to probably slow it down some, but it might make some good money. Not sure yet. I should have really went with something that didn't require wood. But hey, mistakes may have been made, but those mistakes may pay off in the future in the form of cash, moolah, money. I'm thinking here that between field 10 and 11 here, that line is probably where my border is going to be at. I mean, obviously it should be my border because I don't own 11, but you know, we can buy 11. That's no issue. Buying it's no issue. We got the money for that. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to make kind of like a straight line with the trees here, maybe even flatten this area out here, make a little cliffside, and that way getting the trees and making rows of trees will probably be a little bit easier, and I won't have to drive the planter and tractor up a hillside or down a hillside, because it's always easier going down than up. But that's the plan. That's what I'm thinking in my head right here, and I'm going to keep working my way north on field 12 of trying to leave somewhat of a border outline still around the tree forest. I think that's a great idea, and then everything inside here that I clear out, we'll end up planting new trees in there. And of course, I need to get into some automatic wood production too. Don't know if I'll get into that anytime soon, because that does require some stuff we don't have, but it takes stuff we could probably buy. So maybe I'll start buying wood, kind of. Oh, that didn't cut. What did I do wrong? I don't know what I'm doing half the time. That didn't cut either. What is going on here? That didn't cut either. Huh. That is very weird. There it goes, finally cut through. Don't know what happened there. Now, y'all may notice there is still wood chips falling out whenever I use the chainsaw here, and I am doing that on purpose because I'm going to come through and pick them all up before I do a repaint or a level out over here, and that's the reason I have not repainted or plowed or anything like that already, because I need to come through and pick up the wood chips first. That way I could get a little bit of extra wood chip. Why not? Plus, they're really easy to pick up with the equipment I have. So while cutting away at these trees over here, I got a lot of time to think. And it made me think, I should probably shut down my other lumberjack production. Not lumberjack production, wood production. Let's look at that real quick. Talking about the farm sawmill here, that is the very first one we put in. So let's go ahead and disable receiving incoming material over here. That way it could kind of work through that 100,000 liters there. It may take quite a while, but maybe it would be out before I want to remove it. Either way, we usually don't get the product back or any money from it. I don't know why. I know sometimes I used to, but haven't been. But with this making planks and furniture and it does not run in parallel, I'm going to go ahead and shut down the planks. I just want to make the furniture. I don't see anything wrong with that. It takes wood. We'll just go ahead and run one right now because I got tons of planks being made in that other production. Let's take a look at that. It's probably already made quite a bit. Well, it's made quite a bit of wood chips. Let's put it that way. You know what? Wood chips stayed here. Let's put it that way, in that way. No, but this does run pretty fast. So we'll go ahead and look at the next step, because even though there's a lot of wood chips in here, that tells me it probably made a lot of beams and a lot of planks also. Over at the pallet and barrel production, that is the next step. Looks like we do have 23,000 and 33,000. That is nice, real nice. That's why I deactivated the planks one. It does require more planks than beams, so they naturally come out faster too. And then none of it has actually reached its final destination of the honey one. And the honey is just set on storing. I mean, it holds 1 million liters. I don't think I'm going to worry about hitting that capacity anytime soon. But let's go ahead and continue cutting out some trees here. My idea here is just keep cutting and cutting until the sun goes down. Once the sun comes back up, I'm going to come through, pick them up. Let's see how much we can get. Got a feeling I'm going to run out of wood before that happens over in those productions, because they are running really fast. Now, the thing is, part of me says, hey, I need to keep them stocked. And then another part of me just needs to realize they don't have to stay stocked, fully stocked with wood or anything like that. They just need to make the products. Yeah, some of these make products really fast. I have not edited the speed on any of these productions. I don't know how to edit the speed on any of these productions, so it's just normal mod out of the mod hub. I'm sure I could figure out how to edit the speed. I just never take the time to.